Hi everybody, it's Tal here, and I'm here to show you how to do the Inscribe polishing on your gear. Um, it's pretty complicated, but it's not that complicated. It's depending on the hero that you're trying to build for, and the ones that are like challenging to build is mostly the gourmets and the doctors. But it's also like the certain pieces of gear also. So there is only 4 pieces of gear that you have to worry about with the inscribes, and that is the necklace, a pendant, boots, and a belt, which all need specific stats on them depending on which hero. Whereas the van braces, the robe, and the hood, they don't really need that much of a difference. Um, so here is the basic stats that I have for my Miyu, which is accuracy on her necklace, and the goal is to get like a good amount of accuracy on there and defensive stats since she's a doctor. When you compare it to a gourmet like Zhuangzi or Dao-chan, which need more HP and evasion, where when you see these pieces of inscribes, you just see just mostly defensive stats, and the offensive stats don't really help. So let's do a clean slate polish. So let's go with this pendant here. So the first things first is that you want to get to the evolution point, and you need to be level 125 for this. So we do that, we just repolish, and then repolish, and then repolish, and then repolish, all the way to 60, so let's finish that real quick. Next up, after that, it's like 25 per polish, so it's like 5 each. So now that it's done, so now we have this evolution point, we just evolve it, and now it looks like this. This here is good for damage dealers, you want it higher. So when you're first starting out in terms of might, your goal is to get a certain percentage of pink stats, which are the better stats or some fabled stats early on, since you don't have a lot of polish stones. So like if you want to do a mass polish stone, you want to have like at least 10,000 polish stones, or maybe 5,000, and like maybe not like let's say 500, maybe 1,000 locks for it. So here is the premise. So since this is we're working on a doctor, you want to get mostly an accuracy stat. So once you look for it, you just polish. So early on, you want to start with like something as basic as this. So here we have this basic one, and it depends on your might. Since I'm 60 mil might, I would want a pink stat. But if you're under might, you don't want to have too much of a uh, good one because, well, I mean, it's good to have the good one, but you know, early on, you want to just get the standard um, low might range accomplished before you accomplish to the bigger ones, because it's a lot of locks and a lot of polish wasting. But I'm going to do an example. So let's say I'm like 20 mil and I want to just get enough accuracy stats on the board. So we're going to go for 2. So let's see. We're looking for another accuracy stat in the red. So we're going to keep polishing. And keep polishing. So here we have this one. So we just we replace it with this one, and then your next set is to get some defensive stats. So you would probably look for like HP or something like this, right? So you have this one here, and this is a better replacement, and you do that. So you unlock it and then relock it, and you polish again, and then you look for a nice array of defensive stats like HP, basic defense, or flat HP, and stuff like that. Or and I don't think you can find evasion on here since it's on the other 3 pieces. So you were gonna build for mostly defensive stats. So like this would be okay, starting out, right? Just like the start. So this is how it would look early on, but later on you would probably have it more like this. But since me, I can't change how these ones are since they're so close. and it's 3 stats, I would be polishing a lot more to find another one with good stats. But since it's 11k, already in the night, and it's like 17%, close to 18%. Finding a perfect one would be very hard. So, like, I would take this just because it's better, but at the same time, it's not any better than this one. So I would just keep going and looking. I would take this, but I would lose out on 6% accuracy. So I would just keep going. And if I don't find anything better than what I have here, then I just keep that one. So I would just keep going and going. Abandon. So let's say we're gonna go for a gourmet over here. So let's go to this one, since this one is the one that we're just using as a filler. This goes for most of the pieces of gear. For a gourmet, you just want defensive stats. So I would be looking for a very high HP stat, because abilities work based off HP. So this is what I would be looking for, and this is a good spread of a defensive one. And then I would just lock it in, and then I would polish 5, and look for maybe more defense, a higher spread. And like this one here, I would grab this, then I would just lock it in. You don't have to always aim for the highest like HP stat, but it's always nice to aim for like the pink ones. And then you just keep going, and I would choose this. This here has a better HP, but it's okay. I'll just keep going and looking for something better, and that's about it, really. So you would just look for the appropriate stats for the heroes, trying to find something that is like 100%. That what you want is not a good idea. It's just all about finding the appropriate stats relevant to your might range. So if we go to my guard or my damage dealer, here we're looking at my damage dealer. We would like, so this one here, I don't really like it too much. I would just go for a standard polish. I would grab this, and even though it's a might drop, but I'm going for this evasion stat, and I would just polish 5 and look for something good like this. So after I get this, I have basic attack and some evasion. This also, it helps because I have an owl on him instead of flash, and I would do polish 5 again, and then I would just keep looking for more offensive capabilities, evasion, or damage. But since this is on a of Empresses, I'm looking for, I guess, damage. I would take this. This is here. But if we go here onto the pendant, this is the pendant that has a chance for accuracy. What I would be looking for is like a damage buff, crit damage, like this here. But since I'm keeping this attack, I would just have to keep on repolishing for the appropriate stat. So like this crit damage here, I would take this, right, and lock this in, and I'll polish again, and I would just keep looking for something else. Obviously, I don't want to keep these accuracy stats on my guard because it doesn't help me. It doesn't help anybody with accuracy stats. So you just keep going until you find something that is appropriate, like this. And then we have extra attack, extra crit, and there we go. That's about it. I hope that it helps you, and I hope that you get an idea of what to do. Obviously, I can't explain